Found 27 here, bringing you Fairy Tale chapter 381, The Devil's House. So the chapter begins with Seyla, who has taken down Mirajane, Lisanna, and Lami, but is not done yet. She tackles Mirajane, who attempts to use Takeover one more time, but just like before, it doesn't work. Seyla then conducts an order on herself to rip her opponent to shreds. So Seyla just slashes at Mirajane while Lisanna can do nothing but watch because Lami pinned her down to the ground. We then get a flashback of Mirajane's backstory and with a bit of Elfman and Lisanna's backstory. And honestly, this was a really good flashback. It was sad, but also heartwarming, especially what happened to Mirajane when she was a child. Now, she exorcised this demon who was haunting the village's church, but because of her takeover magic, her arm turned demonic because she obtained the demon's power. The villagers mistaken this as her being possessed by the demon. They were being so mean to her. Not only that, but to her family, to Lisanna and Elfman, calling the family cursed, calling Mirajane a possessed demon witch, and they were even trying to drive them out of their village. They gathered at their home, and they're even throwing rocks at her home, which one of them breaks the window and hits Mira in the head. Now, what happened to their parents is currently unknown, but Lisanna tries to defend her sister against the villagers, telling them that she fought this demon for the sake of them, for the sake of the village. But it was all futile in the end, so they had no choice but to leave, which was kind of sad. So after their journey, they came across the Fairy Tale Guild where they met Makarov, who explained about Mirajane's takeover ability. Even though Makarov reassured her that she wasn't possessed by the demon, it still upsetted her that she possesses a demon's power. Now, in the flashback, Erza was trying to be nice to Mirajane, but she was all silent and never said anything to her, so she just walked away. And yet, Lisanna and Elfman were getting along with the rest of the guild members. So one day, Mirajane decided to leave because she hated having this power, making herself believe that she was a monster, knowing that Lisanna and Elfman will be okay inside the Fairy Tale Guild. But before she had the chance to leave the town, Lisanna and Elfman stop her, and they reveal to her their takeover abilities, which they learned from the Fairy Tale Guild. Elfman's beast soul and Lisanna's animal soul. The reason why they learned this type of magic is so that they can have the same magic as Mira, and that she won't be alone anymore. She won't be left out. However, they haven't fully mastered their abilities, as we see Lisanna turn into a pig and Elfman's arm turn into a giraffe's arm, but this still moved Mirajane to tears, especially when they wanted to protect her, just like all the times that she protected them. Now, after the flashback ended, Mirajane fully accepted this power if this was something that she will use to protect her family, even if she does become a demon. So she grabs onto Seyla's leg and tries to use the takeover ability one more time. And surprisingly, even though all those times the takeover magic didn't work on Seyla, it worked this time, but it didn't look like it took over her body. However, Seyla did feel exhausted, even though she was an Aetherius. Knowing that she is dangerous, she decides to kill her by using the Magan Kaiho, the demon eyes awaken, summoning those eyes from her palms, one from each hand, while this energy was flowing out of her arms with this writing. But before she could even use this attack to finish off Mirajane, Seyla came to the realization that the exhaustion she felt earlier wasn't from Mirajane taking over her body, but from taking over her macro, her order curse. So she uses that command for Elfman, who is still under the control of the macro, telling Elfman to come to the aid of your family. And Elfman just pops out of nowhere from the ceiling in Hell's Core and, in his beast soul mode, slams his fist on Seyla's back to the ground so hard that she was knocked out unconscious, at least I think she is, and the chapter ends with Elfman saying, "I will protect my sister." So yeah, that is Fairy Tale chapter 381. What did I think? Well, honestly, I thought this chapter was good, but the ending kind of bugged me. Now, the flashback itself on Mirajane's backstory and a bit of Lisanna and Elfman's backstory, I really did like it. It was really sad, but also heartwarming, especially what her siblings did for her. But it was also sad because the villagers didn't understand about Mira's powers, that they thought that she was being possessed by a demon. And we've never actually get this much of a backstory on Mirajane, especially how they obtained this power and how they joined Fairy Tale. However, we didn't actually see their parents returned, so I don't know what happened to them. So I didn't mind Mirajane using her takeover to obtain Seyla's power, because I think all those times she tried to use takeover on Seyla was trying to take over her body, but instead she used it to try to take her power, which was kind of weird because even though she's an Aetherius and even though takeover never worked all those times, this time it worked now, and she was able to use the macro to order Elfman to come to their aid, which was kind of the problem that I had with this chapter, because I thought we were finally going to get another demon in Tartarus that actually poses a threat, because so far the only one we've seen posing as a threat is Franmouth and possibly Silver and Keith. Unfortunately, she gets taken down with a one-hit KO. I know that she was caught off guard, but still, I was actually hoping that it wasn't going to end up as a one-hit KO, especially with Elfman, but, you know, despite that, I still thought the chapter was good overall. Lysana, unfortunately, once again, she was helpless. She was useless in this one because of Lamy, which is a shame because I wanted Lysana to be the one to help, but I can understand Elfman being the one to help Mirajane. Lysana didn't even do a lot in this chapter, just yelling to her sister, telling her to run away while she was being pinned down by Lamy. Freaking Lamy of all demons. I just wanted Lysana to at least have one cool fight, or at least have her participate like she did when she assisted Mirajane against Azuma, even though they were defeated by him. But, you know, the fight is done. It's over. At least I think it is. So we might have to move on to another fight. I don't know if Seyla is dead, but if she is, that would mean that Tartarus has lost 3 members of the Kyokimon. So next week's chapter is called Alegria. Not sure what we're going to focus on now. Is it going to be Keith against Gray? Is it going to be Erza versus Minerva? Who knows, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. However, I'm not sure if this is really the conclusion of the fight. I hope Seyla isn't really dead, because it would kind of suck if she got a one-hit KO on her back, even though she was caught off guard. So yeah, that is Fairy Tail chapter 381. Tell me guys, what did you think of this week's chapter? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think of Mirajane's backstory? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like the video if you like it and subscribe to more videos. Also, be sure to check out my Facebook fan page and Google+. So yeah, that is Fairy Tail chapter 381. I'm Lunar Spawn 27, and I will see you guys later. Bye.